of cheese.
He didn't have a
You're supposed to be with my cheese already. I was supposed to eat now. I just want to go do coke. I'm insecure now.
You were insecure before I met your ass.
Why, man?
Oh shit. Oh my god.
Fuck, we sound like we married and shit.
I know.
And that's just one fucking car ride. Fuck, that's it, man. I ain't asking you for it no more, man. We married.
That's fine. My car's already in the shop. I can't remember.
I'll give you the 50 cents for that motherfucker. Oh, $1 because I put your gas.
Yeah, somebody get a light on.
Seriously, it was a great night. I love y'all. Have a good night, man. That was my bad. I was just trying to kill him. Nah,
That was fun, dude. Honestly, it was a really fun car ride. We went to a basement. We drove in a car together. It was fun. This isn't getting any less gay. I'm gonna just stop talking about the day that we had together. Move on to this next comic. He's been sitting there very patiently. This guy, I need to start putting him at the front of the thing because I notice when I put him at the back, he just looks at me the whole time. He's just give me one of those, and I'm like, I just gotta put him in the front, let him get this thing out. So I'm really excited for this. Give it up to my buddy Charlie, everybody. Yeah.
Hey, thanks, man. My name's Charlie. Oh, pound it. I'm glad everybody's doing pretty okay. Yeah. Right? Yeah.
That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, man, I'm doing all right too. No, not really.
What happened?
I'm not doing super well.
Oh.
I'm fucking anxious all the time.
Oh.
I'm fucking depressed. I can't sleep, but I don't want to leave my bed. But I can't sleep because whenever I close my eyes, I'm plagued by the Cottonwood Mall, behind the Dairy Queen, behind the counter, by Blizzard orders. And they're really vivid, kind of lucid hallucinations at 5 in the morning. And they're just like, I want a medium Oreo Blizzard. And I'm like, no! It's 5 in the morning, we're closed! Why can't I just get some sleep for the love of God? And then I wake up and I go to work. And then I work for 9 hours. And I think about life and I think about how I'm probably really depressed because even if I do get to have kids, I won't be able to show them any cool music. My brother showed me Metallica and The Roots, and my mother showed me Janis Joplin, and my dad, since he was born in 1935, showed me Miles Davis and Chet Baker, and all I'm gonna be able to show my kids is fucking My Chemical Romance and Blink-182. And speaking of ska, Real Big Fish, that's something I listen to at work. And every once in a while, so I like punk rock and I listen to Bad Religion sometimes, and every once in a while people are like, oh hey, Bad Religion, I haven't listened to that since I was a teenager. Nobody ever has stopped their day and been like, hey, is that Real Big Fish? That's something nobody asked for is third wave ska. Hey, what did punk rock need? Hey, I know what punk rock needs. They need a horn section. They need fedoras. They need checkerboard print. Right? Has anyone ever said that to you? Am I less cool now that you know that I listen to ska? Thank you. Now, am I less cool now that you know that I love ska?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, thank you. My God. Going to the pit, to the little circle pit, but it's not. You're not moshing. You're just kind of you're skanking. Yeah, come on. Imagine 15-year-old me in a fedora and trip pants. Remember trip pants?
I do. I used to trip kids with them.
Who here likes juggalos?
I used to trip kids.
I love juggalos. I've never met one juggalo that I didn't like. I used to know a juggalo named Hatchet. I swear to God, it's like the least creative juggalo name that you could have come up with. But he lived down the street from me, and he sold swag to high school me when I was 16. And he was very giving. He would invite us into his house, and we'd stay there for about 3 hours at a time, and he'd show us his pet alligators and shit. And he was my very trusted drug dealer up until he got raided. which is very sad, and I miss him dearly every single day. Another reason why I'm a sad kind of all the time. Sometimes I close my eyes and I go, Hatchet, where are you? I wish you were here. Give me some of your advice, Hatchet. He was so good to 16-year-old me. He just said, fuck them, if they can't take a joke. And I said, oh, thanks, man. I think I'll use that sometime. And I never did. I am horribly insecure to this day. Not because of Hatchet. I think he tried his best for me. I can't even show my kids like my own music that I write. Like I'd show them like 13-year-old Charlie's song, like Mom, Get Out of My Room. And then I'd show them like 20-year-old Charlie's song, which is like 15-minute concept song about like Gandalf's life. Which is a real song. I thought it was a pretty good song. 15 minutes without the solos.
Oh shit.
It's like 30 minutes with the solos. Me and my drummer tried to always come up with like hour-long sets just off of 5 songs. And who here besides you plays music? Have you ever had like really, really shitty shows?
Every show.
Really? Oh my god, right? I've only had 2 good concerts in my entire life.
What were you guys doing?
Moses, right here.
Oh, thank you so much, Tyler. That's actually my set, guys. Thank you, God. My name's Tyler. Thank you.
That's Charlie, guys. Hell yeah. Charlie looks like he collects box cutters.
I do.
Oh god, hell yeah. That's cool. We started the set with some real PTSD, Columbine, Dairy Queen shit, which really freaks me out. Every time I think of a blizzard, I'm gonna think of kids dying. That's cool. That's what's up. Alright, speaking of kids dying, this is your last comic of the evening. I want you guys to give it up for my good friend Sam Alvarado.
Hey Bear, go get all the people that walked. 1, because they're your family mostly, and 2, because you walked them.
Oh!
Everybody give it up for Tyler. He looks like he comes faster than the cops in his neighborhood. On the wagon. It's a weird wagon though, because it took us to like go get other drugs. We're just like, we're on the wagon, but we're going to a dealer's house. On the wagon. I was trying to think like, it's hard to like, I'm a parent, you know? Like, how do you tell your kid, like, oh, it's all fucking simulation. It's none of it matters at all. Too worried about like how I can sell this 8-ball. Not worried about being a good dad, you know? Shit like that. Oh, is this what you were talking about earlier? I was like, no, it's not that bad up here.
What was Bear said?
Yeah, Bear literally was the one that walked him. I was like, yeah. They're like, we'll support everybody but him.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I feel like a conversation that you might have with Evan at one point is like, he's just like, there's a cure for herpes. And you're like, no, there's not, Evan. And he's like, but there will be one. Like, no, there's not one, no. Doesn't mean it exists. He's like, but it's coming. I'm like, alright, but like, still can't say it exists, bro. Like, it's like, no, but it's coming, man. It's coming. I'm like, yeah, alright, dude, Jesus isn't a thing. I'm like, stop. It's just so weird to me. That's what it sounds like. Every time. Yeah, I mean, oh, slowly but surely. Did you actually go get them?
I found one of them.
No. Bear was talking. He was like, oh, the only good cheese sandwich is a completely different food. The only good cheese sandwich is a ham sandwich. The only good bacon is turkey. The only good cocaine is ecstasy. Talking about PTSD. I was thinking about that, like PTSD, like if you just remember something, like everybody has a memory. You know, you have a good memory that like you were there just yesterday, right? Like, you memorized it, you know. It's just that event that happened. And if you do it enough, it might give you anxiety, and that's PTSD. Just you're so good at memorizing things that you can relive that shit, and it's terrifying. And And that's why I stay high all the time. I just don't remember shit. I'm impervious to PTSD. It's just not a thing. And then Walkie was like, no, it's because you continuously get traumatized. And I was like, that is how you get over maybe fucking trauma. So we ride the wagon over to ecstasy, I guess. I was worried, like, when I'm really high, I'm like, oh man, people hate me. I was like, oh, I'm just paranoid. And I realized, like, no, you just realize that people fucking hate you. Fun. We did a show for the 3 retarded fat chicks that Monkey was talking about. An autistic kid, which I thought was fucked up because she was just deaf. Like, which then I realized, like, we just did a comedy show for like a deaf lady, and she was like, keep it clean, but then handed me a blunt. So like I went on stage with the blunt, and I was like, but what's clean now? Like,
What's clean now?
It was just so weird. I don't know. I tried my hardest. It's odd. And then I thought about that. I was like, well, she's not retarded. She's just deaf, you know. Like, well, that's the thing. Like, I never use retarded in that sense, you know. Like, I always use it in the sense of like, that guy's got a drinking problem, but he doesn't really care. That's kind of retarded, you know. Like, yeah. But like, I would say the same thing. Like, I don't mean it for a disabled person. Like, if I saw a dude with palsy and he's like, if I need a wheelchair, fuck all that. I'd be like, well, you're being retarded. Use the wheel to take care of your shit. So, I don't know. She was just deaf. I don't know. She's like, can you do a clean set? Hands me a blunt. I don't know. It was confusing the whole time. It was super I realized I'm like 35% gay. And I had to deal with this recently. Somebody was just like, what's up? Like, suck your fingers. I was like, I don't really know how to answer that. Like, I haven't explored this that far. I'm not feeling it now, but how gay am I? You know, I don't know. Like, and then I realized, like, oh, long hair is probably like why I get my 33%. Not that long hair makes you gay, but like it just means that I have a hair tie, and that's important because then it lets dudes know like I'm ready to suck a dick anytime. You know? That's the part that, you know, realization things could be worse. I wonder how the first kid felt that found out that like chocolate kills dogs. You know, like just the first one. He was just like, oh, so much crying. That's mornings. Talking about celebrating Easter. I will be celebrating Easter this Sunday. I just will think heavily about suicide. I realize people don't ask if I'm a cop. But like not at all for the same reason why they don't ask me if I'm high. It's not like they'll believe I'm high. I don't know. Seems more plausible, right? It's fun. I feel like you can pick them out, right? I saw a dude today. Literally didn't even fucking know what his name was. I was like, "But you sell drugs, right?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then we bought ecstasy, and I'm on the drugs that the dude sold today. So you can pick them out. Like it's fair, you know. But we're on the wagon, that was the point. Alright, this one's gonna be fucked up, don't be pissed. I like things, like, I always feel like I'm an optimist, but in the sense that like I want it to be better than it is, you know? Like, it was like just having sex the other day, and I was like, oh, I wish I could have gotten like consent, you know, it would have been funner.
Sam Alvarado, yes sir. Oh man, I've never wanted to do Molly more than in my life than watching Sam Alvarado on set. That shit looked like a blast, dude. He was just standing up here like, yeah, and I'm just sitting over there just like, yeah. So let's go do drugs or what? What do you guys think? Clap for that. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for coming. We'll be back on Tuesday. It's been a lot of fun. I've been telling a lovely, yeah.